Hey guys, it's your girl Tanisha Shanee, and I know my video today is it's extremely late, but we're not going to worry about that because there's always a message that needs to be said, and I need to share this. So earlier today, I saw a video about a chalkboard that was posted somewhere in New York City, and it had written on the top of it, "What do you regret?" And I'm not surprised. A lot of the comments that people were writing was they were not chasing their dreams. They wish that they would have, did this. They wish that they, didn't stay at this job. And it was just really sad, but it also gave me goosebumps because that's something that I personally experienced. Mine is a little different because the one thing that I do regret was I regret I regret leaving teaching and going back into management. What I should have done in 2014, at the end of 2014, I should have gone from teaching to becoming an entrepreneur. But when you're not in that mindset. I was one of those people that thought, look, you go get a degree and you get a job, and then you go to get another degree and you get a better job, and then you go get that other degree and you go get a like even better job. That was my mindset. Having a master's degree, working on a PhD. These are things that I used to do, and now for me to step back and to say, look, all of that is nice, that's great, that's beautiful, but this is where the real excitement came in. And I owe it all back to me losing weight. So when I hear people and they contact me and they're asking me, I want you to help me lose weight, I want you guys to understand that that's not really the goal anymore. The goal is, we're not only losing weight. Now, if you allow yourself to lose the weight, it's going to come off. But what the true beauty and the true excitement comes is when you actually start living the life that you truly want. Now, you might be like me. You might not know that you want this life. You might not even realize that it actually exists. But that desire is deep, and is deep, deep inside of you. But it takes some finessing. Like, you have to kind of like look for it, but you have to start looking at what's going wrong in your life. So for me, the starting point was the weight. I was over 350 pounds, and that became tiring. You're constantly in pain. I was always angry, and those are the kind of things that I could not continue to live with. So I definitely don't regret losing the weight because it helped me to become healthier, mind, body, and spirit. I started to understand that I didn't have to be unhealthy mentally in order for me to get my point across. And when I mean being unhealthy mentally, I don't have to scream at you. I don't have to use my sarcasm. I can get my point across, and we can still get things done. Being unhealthy spiritually, being angry at God for, the decisions that I was making. I now know that God holds the blueprint to my life. He already had this all mapped out. It was his intentions for me to go through all of this. He already knew. He knew I was going to gain over 350 pounds, but he also knew that I was going to lose the weight as well. But then he started to show me different things that I never really imagined, or things that I never thought about. So I never intended to become an entrepreneur. I never intended to become an author. But all of these things had to happen in order for me to share and tell you that you do want it. You just don't realize that you want it. Because I've always been a writer. I was writing since I was young, but I never imagined writing a book. And the one thing that I constantly tell people is that the actions that you take can lead to something extraordinary or something that's going to damage you. And I remember in my past, I used to be so angry. Like, someone would say something to me and I would just go off. And I remember the reason why I wrote my book. The person that I was with at the time is a hip hop legend, And sometimes people don't know how to encourage you in the positive way. So they're just going to say whatever, and it comes out however it comes out. But the one thing I know is that how they deliver it doesn't mean that I need to deliver it the same way. So the conversation basically went, I'm working on an album, I'm about to go on tour, I'm running a business. What are you doing? But it was like an insult. Now, the old Tanisha would have easily went so far in, like, who do you think you're talking to? Like, I would have like gone there, but I didn't. I did not, because I did not see the value in me doing that. But what I did do was that I took that frustration, I took that anger, I took all of that, and I sat at a computer and I just started writing. I mean, I was just going. In 4 days, I had my first draft of Transition to a Healthier You. 4 days. That was a lot of anger. That was a lot of frustration. But I used that, and I love that because, just like an artist, look at a singer. Most singers, when they write great music, they're in pain. They're angry about something. That was a product of me being angry about something. And it pushed me to a lifestyle that I never intended. So when we look at the things that we have been doing for however many years that you've been doing it, you have to start realizing that's the regret. The regret is that you're not challenging yourself. You're not pushing yourself to do something that you truly want to do, whether it's consciously or is whether you're not conscious about it. I was not conscious about the fact that I wanted to write this book. Here it was, I lost over 140 pounds. I was already coaching people, but I did not feel that it was of value for me to write a book. And it was not until that same argument in 2014 that pushed me to write my very first book. It was not until I was working in a place where I was making enough money to pay off my bills so that I can have maybe a little extra to give me a handbag maybe every season, pay for my school, pay for school. Like, I had all of that. But it was not until I was in such and unhealthy. Like, the environment was very unhealthy, mind, body, and spirit, that it made me realize, like, Tanisha, like, there has to be more. And I didn't understand at that time exactly. I couldn't pinpoint it. But that's when I took my time and I realized, the more that I spoke to God, He started to show me different things. Again, He has the blueprint. And the more that I started to realize, one, I knew immediately by March 2015, I knew I did not want to work for another organization. But I still didn't have that entrepreneur mindset. I didn't think about really becoming an inspirational, motivational speaker on a real professional level. I did not think of myself as someone that can go out and help celebrities to change their lifestyle, because I felt like I'm just a girl from Brooklyn. Who am I to help someone who is well known across the globe? But I started to realize that was all in the blueprint, and it is in the blueprint. And here I am 6 months later telling you that it all started from me losing weight back starting in October 2012. This journey is so amazing. This journey is going to take you through some things that you are not even mentally prepared for. But it's so rewarding because when I look back, I can finally stop regretting not doing it. I can finally stop regretting just talking about it. I actually started to take actions, and one action led to another action that led to another action. And here I am in February 2016 telling you that whatever it is that you want and that you truly desire, you can have. And this is not something that, I read in a book. This is all something that I actually experienced. I put aside my degrees, I put aside all of the work experience that I had, and I started to just go with life. And I started to just experience life firsthand. And it became so, so rewarding That's all I can really say. It's so rewarding because I know there's someone out there who does not believe that they can become the next fashion designer. And I know that they can. I know that there are people out there who are ready to travel the world, and I know that they can. And it all can just start with losing 5 pounds, 10 pounds, starting to see that they just can just change their mindset. Stop looking at life from, in 3, 5, 10 years, I'll be able to do this life or live this life, when actually they can start living that life within the next 12 to 18 months if they actually start making those changes right now. So don't live in regret. Don't do that. Start living in the present, start living in the this is what I want. And again, sometimes we don't even know what we truly want. It takes us going through a journey for us to get there. So you may be like me, it may take you some time, but I want you to get there.